Entrepreneurs in the territory enhanced their skills in using social media to improve their businesses during a 3-day workshop held from May 9th to 11th. The training was organized by the Government of the Virgin Islands through the Department of Youth Affairs and Sports and the Caribbean Overseas Small and Medium Enterprises Program. Titled Social Media for the Future of Your Business, the training was sponsored by the European Union and designed by Electric Villages for entrepreneurs who understood social media and had an appetite to learn and do more to grow their business reach. The training was facilitated by Miss Renee Quinton of Electric Villages, who provided a synopsis of the topics covered during the sessions.
Well, as you mentioned, the workshop went for the past 3 days plus, and we had everybody learn the different social platforms that are available. So everyone's very familiar with Instagram and Facebook and the top level things that can be done. So then we worked with them as in a business, and what can you do as a business to generate more business and then learn all the platforms that are available. So there are some that work very similar to Facebook, but perhaps they were a little bit intimidating how to get set up. So we went through. So my expectations from the participants is that they will have set up platforms on Google+. We spent a lot of time on marking their business on Google Maps, so they're actually have a place here in BVI that they're located. We also set up on Twitter, and we did some chats so that they can see how the interaction with the group works. And they also were able to use other things that maybe don't suit their audience, because that's the thing with the social media, that all set up for different audiences. So for Pinterest, and they set up for YouTube, even though that might be not where they are today, but they at least are aware of it and they can grow, because as you know, the Facebook has been around for a very long time and people thought it was never going to last. And so the youth who started the Facebook have jumped into other platforms. So now the entrepreneurs here have learned what other platforms are there. So they're ready to be there for them when that time comes for them, and they've also expanded their offering now.
Ms. Quinton, is there any support that will be provided to the entrepreneurs after the workshop for those who may have questions, who participated but they may have some questions or need that extra support following?
Yes, actually, one of the other platforms we learned about was LinkedIn, which is a professional one. So we set up a COSME group called Social Chat. So one of the things on coming to the workshop, which is beneficial over an online webinar, is you actually get to build relationships. And that's about social, and we talked about that. It's people buying relationships. It's relationship driven. So on LinkedIn, we set up a group, and everybody has been able to join, and we've already had a couple of questions to ask where it doesn't just have to be me answering, but everyone can help each other, which is what we saw over the past few days.
Policy analyst in the Premier's office, Ms. Lizette George, spoke on the overall benefit of the training to the businesses that participated.
It is our expectation that this workshop will be a catalyst through which small and medium-sized business owners can develop their innovative skills in marketing and promoting their products and services, thereby extending their reach to a larger market segment. The use of social media puts the power in their hands to control the future of their business. As such, the Government of the Virgin Islands is pleased to be partnering with the COSME program to ensure that we offer diverse training and capacity building opportunities for our local business owners.
In speaking about the benefits of the training for youth entrepreneurs, Director of Department of Youth Affairs and Sports, Mrs. Brenda Letsom-Tai, had this to say.
Well, I think this was an excellent opportunity for our young entrepreneurs who are new in business to find media through which they can develop and strengthen their marketing skills, through ways they can get persons to come and learn about the businesses, know what they offer, and in essence, gain more business. Our young people are always looking for ways of getting persons to know about the businesses, and in past workshops, they talked about how to market themselves so that people know about them, market themselves in a way that's not expensive. And of course, social media is one of those platforms through which they can do that. I expect the young persons who were here today to utilize all that they have learned. I expect to see a boom in their businesses, and I'm sure they will share what they've learned. They will share with the other members of their community, the youth entrepreneurs who couldn't be here today and the last couple days, because I think it is an excellent opportunity for them to learn how to develop and make their businesses more sustainable.
Ms. Rogers, you have just completed the social media training facilitated by COSME in collaboration with the Department of Youth Affairs and Sports. Tell us about your business and what stood out most for you in the training.
Okay, my name's Cara. I'm from H&I Yachts. We do yacht charters, yacht management, and yacht sales here in the British Virgin Islands. And the training was excellent. Now, I am on social media, I'm very active, but I found that it gave me a direction, and now maybe I can go forward productively instead of wasting time on social media like we all do.
What is the next step for your business in terms of using this skill, the new skills that you've acquired, to boost your goods and services that are being offered?
Okay, so I have to go home and do my homework. So I have to get all my social medias aligned. I have to start Facebook ads, something that was told, that something was explained to us in the course, Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and I have to get a solid schedule together of how I'm dealing with my social media instead of just like, selfie every so often. Yeah, something that promotes my business in the best way possible.
Miss Oliver, you have just completed a very exciting training workshop in social media. Tell us about your business and what stood out for you about this particular workshop.
My business is Caribbean Mountain Coffee. I sell premium coffee from the mountains of the Caribbean and raw organic honey. This course has been invaluable to me because it's a way to increase my social media awareness. And one of the things that really stood out is how I can connect Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and not have to post on each individual format. I can do a lot in a smaller amount of time, and I can schedule posts and link people to my website, and that's great. That's exactly what I needed to learn.
Ms. Oliver, with this new knowledge gained, how do you see it helping you to boost the services and goods that you are providing to the community and to the Caribbean?
Well, the key to getting customers is to build awareness of my product, and I think that I'll be able to really increase the awareness of my product in the region and in regions where I'm wanting to expand my business into.
Mr. Bertie, you've just completed the social media training facilitated by COSME and the Department of Youth Affairs and Sports. Tell us about your business and what stood out most about this training for you in relation to that.
Hi, my business is music based right now. I do anything pertaining to music, so performance, focusing on creating. So I have been creating music for artists all throughout the region and internationally. Right now, focusing on ad-based music for companies, but not just ads, more like trailers, soundtracks, making it kind of Hollywood. What stood out for me in this workshop is I knew about it, Facebook pages, but this actually got me really into it. So I am working on developing my Facebook page and also YouTube. And I had a few false starts with LinkedIn previously, but now I'm actually into it. And I could actually see the purpose of LinkedIn right now.
With the new skills that you've acquired and seeing the purpose of some of the pages as you've just described, how do you think this new skill, your new expertise that you are working on, will help to boost the service that you're providing?
Well, as I say, every company nowadays has to be into technology some way or the other. So it definitely will help in marketing, specifically YouTube. Since I'm doing music for videos, I could use that as a platform to showcase what I do the quality of level, and I could just have stuff there hosted and send links for that. Also, LinkedIn, I could also use it to just remind people that I exist and my business exists and what I do, post examples. Facebook pages, the mission now is to build the fan base.
Tell us about your business and what stood out most for you about this workshop.
Okay, well, I'm Carissa Richards. My business is Zone 40 Atelier. It's an architectural practice, a collaborative design architectural practice. And coming to this workshop, what I was really interested in was finding the best ways to promote my practice at the most economical cost. So social media stood out to me instantly to say, okay, well, here's an opportunity. You know, lots of people are on social media. In fact, on the first day, she gave us some stats as to the reach in the BVI and throughout the region, the Caribbean region. So looking at that, I said, well, what stood out for me was the potential, the enormous potential of social media to actually help a business reach its customer base. So that's what I would say would be the most striking thing for me about this presentation, about this training session that I've attended.
Given this knowledge and information and the skills during the hands-on training, how do you expect it to improve the service that you are providing to the BVI and to the Caribbean, even to the world?
Well, from the time that you start talking about social media, you're actually talking about internet. You're talking about global reach. So you're right in saying, you know, how does it impact not only the BVI, but also the region and also the world? I expect, because my practice now, I'm based in the Virgin Islands currently, but I've also done work with and for people in Trinidad, in Germany, around the world. So it is global and in its reach. And there are people throughout the world who would say, for instance, you know, you could meet however many nationalities just walking on the street in BVI. I expect that through using social media now, it's not just a question of who's local to you and reaching just the person who's on your street or in your building or, you know, just in your local vicinity. It's a question of, you know, there's a huge market out there. There's people who speak English, there's people who speak Spanish, there's different languages, and you can reach all of them, and that's what I like about the accessibility.
Tell us about your business and what stood out most for you about this training.
Good morning. My business is Greencrete BVI, Concrete and Epoxy Works, and I make handmade products from concrete and epoxy, all while being environmentally friendly by adding recycled glass and shells found around the territory. This training, what stood out most in this training for me was like, I have a social presence because I have a Facebook page, but finding other avenues and other social sites that I can use to advertise and promote my business. I didn't know about some of those, like the Google My Business, where you can actually have your business on the map. So I did that, and I'm waiting for the postcard to come that would actually verify that my business is a real business, and then I'll be found on Google Map. And finding some of the other sites like LinkedIn and those things that I can use to promote and meet other persons in my field and everything.
Now that you've done this, how do you expect it to boost the sales and services and goods that you're offering to the community?
Well, the sites that we used, they offer you a lot more connections with persons that are either in the BVI or in the Caribbean, even worldwide, because I do souvenirs as well. And what that will do for me now is bring more persons on board to see what I offer, and that can potentially generate more sales and interest in the products and the services that I do.
The COSME program specializes in the development of small and medium enterprises in the 12 overseas countries and territories and was launched on April 1st, 2014 on Tortola. The overall objective of the program is to contribute to the sustainable and climate-resilient economic diversification and prosperity of Caribbean overseas countries and territories by improving the competitiveness of small and medium-sized enterprises in the participating territories.